And then I saw a drum behind me. Now the guy wasn't really hitting it properly, so I'm like, nah, bring it, man. So I was proper hitting it, like, boys, come on, do you know what I mean? And they proper got behind me and it was proper singing and yeah, man, and then it kind of built an atmosphere, crowd. I'm not saying it was because of me, but you know.
Hey, hear that?
I couldn't take it.
Touching on that and how amazing the people are, talk about the fans. We've seen a video of you, you know, in the crowd on the first game, you know, banging the drums. Even the last game, so yeah, it seems like a theme. Yeah. First game, last game of the season, banging the drums with the fans in the Foot Soldiers section. Just speak on what the Foot Soldiers and the Cavs fans and you know, those people mean to you in the short space of time you've been there.
Growing up, I remembered one of my first games, I think it was, I went to Fulham versus Charlton at Craven Cottage. This was years ago. And And after the game, I went down the steps and I tried to touch one of the players' hands and just high-fived me and they just walked past me. And one thing I always said to myself was, like, if I make it, in fact, when I make it, like, I will always be nice to the fans. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I always feel like we're the same, but your status socially is a bit higher than me. Do you know what I mean? So I said, alright, cool. Like, I'll always be myself, and when I meet new people, I'm not like bougie or whatnot. I'm just like, yeah, what's up? Like, we'll talk, and if you know me, like, I'm just fun in it. Like, I just like to laugh and make fun out of people. Yeah. So I remember when I first arrived, the fans were showing me love online and whatnot, but it wasn't love because they've never met me kind of thing, so it was just like, oh, welcome, whatnot. And then I remember the last game we played against a team called Foothills, which is kind of near where we live. We played against them in the last pre-season game, and I felt my hamstring. And I was running, and then I was running towards the corner, I remember. And I was going to get the ball to kind of like do whatever I was going to do. And then I kind of felt my hamstring. I've never had a muscle injury before. So it was like, it felt weird, like very, very weird. And like, I just felt it twitch, and I said, you know, I'm not going to run. I just stopped, like left the ball and just sat down on the ground. And then, so they kind of said it was, I think it was a small tail little pool. So it kind of ruled me out the game the week after, which was a season opener. And I remember we came into the game, and I just came in as if I was going to play. So I brought all my stuff just in case, and I had a little test, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to risk it. And they said, look, you can't. So I said, all right, cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sing with the crowds today. I'm going to get behind the boys, and I'm going to sing with the crowds today. And I remember I was with Victor Lattori, young player, and he was like, what are we going to do? We're going to sit in the crowd. And I'm like, nah, man, let's go and create something kind of thing. So as I was walking around the stadium, like, as you guys were warming up and whatnot, everyone showed me love, like, what's going on, like, you good? And I was like, nah, man, I can't act like I'm a superstar. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just like you, but I just play football, do you know what I mean? So I said, you know what, I'm going to be a fan today. Even though I play football, I'm going to be a fan today. And we was literally in the crowds, and Canada's a bit tamed when it comes to like the crowds, and we're from England, and we know like people give it to you. So it's like, I wasn't there to give it to people because I know what it feels like, but I was there to like edge on the boys, innit? So I started bringing over the chants from London into Canada, kind of thing, and I was singing, and then I saw a drum behind me. Now the guy wasn't really hitting it properly, so I'm like, nah, bring it, man. So I was proper hitting it, like, boys, come on, do you know what I mean? And they proper got behind me, and it was proper singing, and man, and then it kind of built an atmosphere, crowd. I'm not saying it's because of me, but you know.
Hey, hear that?
I can't take it.
You trying to claim
No, I'm not saying it's because of me, but I do remember, and I kind of, from that day, built a bond with the fans, and from then they kind of always showed me love, the foot soldiers, and when they need something from me, I'm always there to kind of help. And after every game, without fail, I speak to them, I go over to them, We have about 5-10 minutes, just chat about the game and how life is going and whatnot. So they're my people, man. Shout out to the foot soldiers.
Yeah, man. So here at FOOTY 258, we're proud to present you with the best football-specific content. We work with many companies and many ballers to give you, the viewers, the best content possible. You, the viewer, we're always looking to help you improve your skill set. In order for you to improve your skill set and for us to keep making these videos, please click the link down below and buy some equipment. The equipment helps us run this channel, and also you subscribing to the channel helps us producing more of these videos to help you with your skill set and your knowledge of the game. Thank you for supporting FOOTY 258. You know, that was the first game of the season.
Alright, we remember he scored and he went up to the camera and kissed it.
Yeah. No, I didn't kiss it actually. I wanted to shake it, but it looked like on camera I was kissing it. I wasn't actually kissing it, I was shaking it. But yeah, hopefully that's a meme that kind of goes around the league for a while. So how do you kind of sum up the rest of your season from there? So that was the first game. The second game, did you play in the second game? I think were you on the bench?
Yeah. Second game I played or started, it was
started, yeah.
It was against Valor. Terrible. I just felt like rusty. I just wasn't up to speed because obviously my last game was a pre-season game, which is very different to a competitive game.
Of course.
And so everyone was kind of up to speed from the first game. They knew how the league went. It was a proud day for me because obviously I've been around professional setups and whatnot, but I hadn't actually made a competitive debut. That was actually my competitive debut. And for me that day, it was a day full of emotions kind of thing because of like where I've been, what I've been through and whatnot. So there was a lot of things in my mind, and so I didn't think I played particularly well. And the game after that, I think we played Forge away. Again, didn't have a good game again, and I just thought, like, what's kind of going on? And I kind of regrouped, gathered myself together, and from then kind of picked it up. And then the time it turned was, I think we played Vancouver away, and like my mind was so on it, and I said, you know what, like, no one's gonna beat me today. Nothing's gonna happen on my side. Nothing's gonna happen today. Like, it's locked. You know what I mean? And everything after is a bonus. And I remember we kind of got to the ground, and it was crazy because we've played on bigger grounds, and you know, playing for West Ham, we've played on bigger grounds, but it's like like Vancouver was like a different experience.
Victoria.
It was like a different experience. Like we played so many places. But like it was Vancouver Whitecaps.
The Whitecaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a different experience. You know what I mean? Like I remember the day before we walked in, and I was thinking this stadium was actually kind of big. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it was so big they locked off the top bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was thinking, all right, whatever. We trained on it, and the pitch felt good, like really good.
So what? Sorry to stop you. What were you thinking before that game? Because it's a big game. We just beat Forge in the round before. That was a tough tie, and then we come into this game. There's a lot of talk before the game. There's a lot of talk. People are asking us, how do we feel? Are we nervous? You know, we're major underdogs, but you know, maybe the pressure was a bit more on them. You know, because they weren't doing so well in the league. So, what did you have in your mind before that game? And you know, how important is it that you forget about the last game and you solely focus on this game?
For me, it was kind of like, how can I put it? It was kind of like, I need to put myself on a platform. And many people may be scared to say this because of like their team, but it's like, you want what's best for you, innit? And if I can go from Calgary, say to Vancouver Whitecaps, flipping out, you know, that's amazing. For me anyway, that's amazing. Because they're in the MLS and won the CPL, and they're obviously a major league. And so
they're established.
Very established. So it was like, let me do what I can to kind of, you know, put myself on a platform where it's like, oh, you know, get yourself noticed kind of thing. And that's what I was thinking, but that wasn't the major and the at the forefront of my mind. The forefront of my mind was have a solid game, like no one's getting past you kind of thing. And I was gutted because the game I literally wanted to play was the home fixture.
Yeah.
In front of our fans, but obviously I was suspended. But the game after, which was like a bigger magnitude and whatnot. So anyway, we trained there the day before, and then on the day, we had the game obviously, and then we were warming up, and people as we jogged out, I remember people were booing us, and then obviously we looked into the crowd, into the corner, and we had our fans. We had about 100 or so in it.
Yeah.
100 or so, and it was amazing. And we come out, we warmed up, whatnot, and I said, yeah, I feel good. Like, you know, when you have a warm up and you're like, I didn't do too much, but I felt, I feel good.
Sometimes you don't need to do that much before.
Yeah, I think people like overdo it and then they burn out. But like, I just done a few strides. I just, you know, clipped a few balls, put a few crosses in, and I was like, yeah, this is alright. And I just walked in. Like, everyone else was still outside warming up. And I told Tommy, yeah, I'm done. And then he said, that's alright. I walked in, got myself mentally prepared, and I was literally angry. I don't know why, but I was just angry. Like, I was just angry. I said, yeah, nothing's happening today, and I just kept myself to myself. And as I was quiet, I remember our captain Nick, he just came up to me and just asked me, "You're right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, it's just a normal game like every other game." I was like, "Yeah." So I gathered it kind of thing. And then the gaffers sort of said the same thing. He was saying it to everyone individually.
Yeah, individually, yeah.
But he said it to me. I remember he came up to me and said it too, and I said, "Yeah, cool, it's fine." Like, and then we lined up, and as we were coming out, I remember the flames and all these sort of things were happening. And I was like, "Oh snap, this is kind of mad!" Like, the smoke machine and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, it is what it is. And we come out and there was so many people there. It was like 18,000 people. And we come out and whatnot. And it was alright. And I said, alright, we're here, innit? You can't turn back.
For more content like this, like, share and subscribe.